Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Juan Solo here with ASQD Gaming, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in today for another Ghost Recon Wildlands video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about one of the multiplayer maps that we saw that was in the trailer, and it is called The Mine. This is just me calling it a generic name. I don't have any information that you guys don't have. I actually have not been invited to the private beta, so this is going off pure speculation from what we saw from the trailers, the gameplay trailers with the PvP. So this was a location that I had actually visited a few times, and when I actually saw it in the trailer, I knew exactly where it was. So this is The Mine, and I really think this is going to be a very unique map because there's a lot of high ground around the outside rim of this map, and then also up on the right hand side of the screen, like where I'm at right now, there's a lot of high points up there, so you're going to be able to get some really high sight lines. But the one thing that I did notice when I was kind of playing around on this area was a lot of these giant rock mounds and, you know, some of the equipment and stuff makes it so that it's actually kind of tough to have, you know, long sight lines and stuff. So it's going to be very interesting. It's a very big kind of wide open map, but there's very little like extremely long sight lines unless you kind of go up on top of like these rock mounds, which really kind of puts you at a disadvantage because it puts you really, you know, kind of out in the open. The one thing I'd be very curious about is if actually you can get up on around the rim of the map, kind of where I started and where I kind of looked back up by those little gun turrets, because if you can actually get up there during the multiplayer map, this is going to provide for a huge advantage if you can actually get up on top of those like little cliffs. Because you can look over the entire area, and you know, a lot of the area is just this really low ground down in the mine. So it's going to be very unique. So this is actually that spot I was talking about that was kind of to the right off screen. You can kind of see that the entire mine is in front of us. I strongly feel as if that is going to be one of the spawn points when you're actually playing in multiplayer, because you're going to kind of spawn up on top of that hill, and then you're going to work your way down through all these little shacks and houses and stuff. And I tried getting up onto the second roof there because you're not actually able to get up onto that. This roof here, it doesn't look like there's any way that you're actually going to be able to get up on top of that roof either. And the interior of this building, you know, I wouldn't say that it's pointless, but you can go up to the third floor, but there's no actually access to the roof or access to any windows or anything like that once you get up here. So I don't know if this building is going to be closed off, or there's actually going to be maybe some windows or something cut into the front face of that building. Otherwise, it just kind of seems like a waste. It just seems like a spot that you're going to have people that are going to camp and, you know, aim in at the stairs. But, you know, who knows? Who knows what adjustments they're actually going to make to these areas for the full release of PvP. Because obviously we talked about it in the last one, there's a lot of vehicles on the map, and there's not going to be any vehicles in the PvP map because it wouldn't really make any sense, because you're not going to be able to drive around with vehicles in these multiplayer maps. But, you know, this is a very unique map. It really is. It's a lot of, there's not really a lot of long sight lines. That's one thing I really noticed, and I can't preach enough. And then this is actually the little gun turret overwatch position that's kind of up on the north side, or excuse me, it would be the west side of the entire mine. So, and you can kind of see out across this entire thing here, and if this is actually an area that you can get to as well, it's going to be also very interesting, and it's going to be a high control point, because if you can control this point, you're going to be able to overwatch the entire map, except for that spawn that's kind of up the mountain to the left. And it's going to be a very sought after spot. If you can hold this spot down, you know, it's going to provide a lot of, you know, a lot of good stuff, I guess you could say. So this here is your overall map view. You guys can kind of see it down there. It stands out like a sore thumb in the jungle region that we are actually in. So it literally looks like it would be a multiplayer map just, you know, from the get-go. You know, it stands out. And then you can see those three gun turrets right there. Those are the ones that are up on the cliff that overlook down into the mine. So like I said, it's going to be very interesting to see if we're actually going to be able to actually play that area. If we are, I'm almost afraid that a lot of people are going to just want to hold that down and camp it up. And we're just going to jump down here and land on this truck real quick, which really in multiplayer is not going to be here. But I just kind of wanted to give you guys a quick shakedown of the map Mine. Like I said, this is a generic name that I came up with. I don't have any information that you guys don't have. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like on it. And if you guys are new around here, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications if you guys want to see more of these kind of videos. I am going to be breaking down 2 other possible multiplayer maps. And then I'm also going to be going into a bunch of other details with, you know, maybe things that I want to see come to multiplayer, and maybe some new features that possibly could be coming based off of the trailers that we saw. But that's pretty much all for the video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.